Hi. Um, this week we're talking about Whitehead's response and challenge to the idea that Descartes argues, where we're kind of in our our mind is working as a behind our body. I feel like one of the things they used to describe it was our minds driving our body like a car. Um, Whenever I thought of philosophy or like kind of the study of philosophy, I'd always think about like why people try to like, or like why we operate in society, and kind of that's how we're connected. That's originally what I thought Whitehead's argument was. But as I did more of the readings, I realized that their argument is more of like we're connected throughout like the world with like nature, and how we all answer to the same like laws of physics, and those types of things where we share a lot of things. um I guess that does sound more factually right. And I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I do in a way agree more with him, but what I wrote down was that I agree with Descartes. Um, because I did, when I think about what I am, I guess I feel like I'm my mind experiencing things through my body. Like, I'm my mind, but I still have my five senses that I get through my body of like touch, smell, hearing, and everything. But I guess that doesn't like. But I also think that just because we're just kind of, uh, reactions to things. So I feel like the like computer or engine is our brain, which is how we experience the world. So I guess in that sense, I feel like we're our brain. But I do agree with that. Um, Whitehead's points that we are connected to like um, laws of physics and everything. I also think that it's interesting that um, I like to think that we're separate from normal animals. Um, but then a lot of animals show like signs of intelligence and problem solvings and emotions and relationships. Um, so, maybe we aren't anything more than just animals, and we're just in this, like way of life. I didn't necessarily agree with, forget who it was or what practice it was, but where we're a drop in the water of um, in an illusion, and we're not that separate from each other. We're all kind of the same in the end, and we're kind of just reactions, but we're in reality we all are kind of the same person, or like same thing, I suppose. I was a little confused on it, but I kind of agree with that, how like, I believe everyone's the same. Although like we might experience things different through our bodies, in theory our minds are all made the same. In a way, I guess. I mean, I guess everybody's so different, it's hard to say that, but I like the quote in the reading from the chapter that kind of I feel like connects to me, but I don't necessarily believe in God, but I felt like it was the closest thing to, I guess what keeps me going, or like, what I believe. Um, it is common to think of God as having first created the physical world with one set of principles and rules, natural law, which is kind of what Whitehead, I feel like, was arguing, is reality, and like we can't assume things. But I also feel like philosophy is assuming things and kind of, just thinking about, why we could do things. But I feel like philosophy will never have an answer. I feel like it's just the study of what could be, not what is. And the rest of the quote, and then created us with a superior natural soul that is this world, but not of it. I think I wrote the quote wrong, but kind of saying that we were kind of created for a separate purpose, which I've always believed in, that we're kind of like, the world is ours to, mold, hopefully correctly, with like taking care of the planet and making sure there's equality around the world. But I guess I feel like in a way society's moving towards better things. But I guess you could look through history and kind of think that, we're kind of barbaric and animals. So at the start, I agreed more with this Creatus. I guess I do believe more of him, where we're kind of like, in our mind experiencing things through our body, and that we're maybe like something a little bit more special. But I suppose more factual would be Whitehead's of, no assumptions, and believing more that we're in this world of systems that we share with everybody else, especially since in theory we share like atoms and everything. But thank you.